breaking inputs, this regarding one particular student, Anitha, who impleaded herself as one of the respondents against the plea in Supreme Court on NEET. As far as making NEET compulsory there goes, that was in fact ascertained by the Madras High Court. She has committed suicide at her residence. Anitha is the daughter of a labourer. She belongs to a very poor family. She hails from Ariyalur in Tamil Nadu. She had secured 1,176 points out of 1,200 in the 12th exams. She had secured 86 out of 700 in the NEET exams. It is said that Anitha was depressed after the Supreme Court upheld NEET-based admission in medical courses as compulsory. Our correspondent Shweta getting us further details here on this. Shweta, unfortunately, this is the first fallout of that decision that came in as a shocker, in fact, to several students there in Tamil Nadu in that decision that was taken on NEET by the Supreme Court.
Yes, this is a very shocking news for everyone here in Tamil Nadu. Anitha, she's a 17-year-old girl who has been fighting legally as well. But as her dreams will not be fulfilled, she will not be able to secure a medical seat. That is why she has decided to take this extreme step. And now she has committed suicide and her body is now found in her home. In fact, this incident has shook the entire state, and even Health Minister Vijay Bhaskar has expressed his concerns regarding the same. However, students have been affected because of the recent move, and everything is coming in at the last minute. The exemption of NEET did not take place as many of the state board students wanted. But however, students here are depressed and they are mentally affected, and this shows how students are affected and how much they are into depression.
Shweta, unfortunately, there were several set of protests there, but in what the Supreme Court had decided as far as NEET goes, despite several assurances that came in from the Tamil Nadu government giving the impression that it's not going to be compulsory, but NEET is the one standalone standard that has been set for across the country which needs to be followed. Are there cases of other students having gone into depression as well in the wake of the Supreme Court verdict?
Yes, definitely a lot of students, especially students from the state board and the students from the rural community, have been affected because of this decision that came in at the last minute. In fact, students here are mentally affected, and now that the medical counseling is going on, they are able to know their stance and whether they'll be able to secure a seat, and now they are able to understand what is really happening on ground here. When they are failing to get a seat, that is when they are getting very disturbed, and now that they know that they won't be able to secure a seat, they are getting completely affected, and that is why they are taking this such kind of extreme step. And it is not something that we haven't predicted. It has been the case, and there have been assumptions that students will be affected, and it might even lead to suicides, and this is just a start. However, officials are also now worried, and they feel that there should be a counseling committee, and students should also not be affected, and for that all actions have been going on right now. However, the health department officials are also concerned about this latest move. This girl is only coming from a very poor background, and her father is a daily
of counseling centers.
Yes, as per until now there has been no counseling that has been taking place. But now that this situation has now turned out to be extreme, the health department officials have told that they will be taking all steps to ensure that children are not affected.
Shweta, this particular instance, of course, being extremely disturbing. She had managed to secure average marks there in this. What's her family saying? Was there an indication of extreme depression at that given point of time? Was there a sense that perhaps she would be sitting for the exam again? Was this too sudden a decision, came in as a shocker to the family?
Yes, her friends and family are in a complete shock right now because she has scored fairly well in her plus 2 examinations. She has in fact scored 1,176 on 200, which in fact shows that she would have made it to the medical field. But now it is clear that the NEET-based examinations will only be followed here, and she scored only 86 on 700, and she knew that her dreams are completely shattered. In fact, her parents have noticed her behavior, and they knew in fact that she is into depression. But they didn't take, but they would never have thought that she will take this extreme step because she's already secured a seat in engineering in Madras Institute of Technology, and which is also a highly reputed institute, and she secured an aeronautical engineering seat. But she wanted to become a doctor, and that is why she has taken this extreme step, and that is what is said to be believed.
Shweta, many thanks for getting us those inputs. Unfortunately, the first such instance that's come to light, a clear indication of the immediate fallout of the decision that was taken by the Supreme Court on NEET examinations being compulsory. This was, of course, against the multiple assurances, the sense that the Tamil Nadu government had given out to the students that it wouldn't be so.